Foundational Art Program, we help the children to develop the ability to observe and to visually articulate these observations. As children are growing, art can be introduced as a visual tool to help them identify things around them and help them make sense of the world. In Foundational Art, we have a total of 11 modules. Each module consists of 8 to 10 lessons covering different aspects of drawing and painting. One of our main aim of the program is to help the child to develop the ability to observe. The program ties strongly to the idea of realism art, which means that they are able to render the image as accurate as possible with the use of eyes and hands coordination. To do so, teachers will teach drawing and painting step by step on sketchbook, and students are to follow closely to the teacher's demo. This is commonly practiced in the class, and it forms a routine for the students. Reference pictures are given to them to teach them how to observe shapes, forms, tones, and details. Students will start off with Module 1, the basic elements of art, which will help them to understand observational skills and tonal values. By exposing these students to knowledge of fundamentals of art, doing compositional works will be easier for them, as well as translating their creative ideas to visual forms. One of the criteria in capturing details will be tonal values. All works in this program require students to be able to identify the light and shadows and understand how they are formed. It is one of the key to rendering realistic work. Just imagine the vase without tones. It will be flat. The tones allows the artwork to have a sense of space and volume. Here is another example of the lesson in the program. In this lesson, students are taught to understand the color wheel, which is important when it comes to mixing colors and using colors in artwork. In this case, complementary colors meant that the colors are opposite to each other on the color wheel. Using complementary colors will allow the work to look vibrant as the colors complement with one another. Even though students are working on the different lessons, they are repeatedly taught to observe details like surface textures and tonal values in each of the works they do in the art class. By acquiring knowledge of the basic art elements, students will then be introduced to different artistic styles, allowing them to broaden their artistic perspective. Lessons such as dot painting, mark making, collaging, impressionism, pop art are some of the examples we will be introducing them. To understand and gauge the students' learning progress, we have also initiated assessments. Special art projects were integrated to allow students to apply what they have taught in the class to various art means. It allows them to explore and expand their artistic knowledge through looking at artists and experiment with different art forms. In the biannual assessment exercise, it is to teach and assess the students' painting and drawing skills. We encourage them to work independently, so to demonstrate their understanding of the key ideas and processes they have learned in their respective programs. In the drawing assessment, it is to assess students' ability to capture proportions, scales, details, and tones, whereas the painting assessment is to assess students' ability to paint and the ability to conceptualize, produce creative ideas from the given themes. Our special art project will take on a project-based teaching. This special art project will aim to stimulate students' creativity and have an experience of going through thinking process and translating their ideas to actual artwork, making the work of art more personalized.